Seared scallops and puff pastry, and don't worry, it's a lot easier than you think. So you want to be really careful to make sure that it's totally thawed out. And try to roll out some of these fold lines here. So what we're going to make is a puff pastry cup out of all this. We're going to do two things. We're going to make the outside of the cup with a big ring cutter, and if you don't have one of these, you can certainly use a red wine glass. And then we're going to score it with a smaller circle, right, just like that. And what's going to happen is it's going to create like a little small lid once the whole thing starts to puff. All right, let's get our egg wash done. Take a little bit of sea salt and just kind of sprinkle it on top. And in the meantime, we're gonna keep it as cold as we possibly can. So with those in the fridge. And now we're gonna start to work on our Beurre Blanc sauce. It's a really kind of sharp sauce. So we're gonna need the balance between the white wine and the white wine vinegar. And I got a little bit of Chardonnay left over from last night. So we're gonna put about 2 cups into our pot here. So Chardonnay is really nice. Sauvignon Blanc is really nice for that. And then we're, again, gonna go back with 1 cup of white wine vinegar. And then we're gonna hit it with some herbs. All right, I've got some dried bay leaves. Fresh thyme is gonna be really delicious, and we're gonna throw these guys in. I'm gonna steep all this in here now. I'm gonna strain it out later, so it's not a big deal. All right, we're gonna take some bay leaves, we're gonna throw them in there as well, and kind of let the whole thing start to reduce and cook. It's gonna have a beautiful, herby, very, very savory flavor to it. So that's gonna be the base of the sauce. And then, last but not least, a very important ingredient to a Beurre Blanc is, of course, shallot. So I'm gonna take the paper off of this and just kind of cut it in thin slices. All right, so I'm gonna take this beautiful liquid, take a look at that. We just want all this really beautiful flavor right down in the bottom. And what I want to do is take a little bit of heavy cream, not too much, probably about 1/4 cup, 1/2 cup, somewhere in that range. All right, so check out this puff pastry here, right? So we got these really great puff pastry. Now this is gonna make a gorgeous cup for our coquille Saint-Jacques. All right, boom, we got that. I got a paper towel. We're gonna lay these out. They've gotta be nice and dry. We're gonna take the scallops out. We're gonna put them on a paper towel. Kind of let these guys just start to dry off a little bit. And this is the muscle that actually holds the scallop into the shell. Sometimes it's called the foot. So we're gonna pull all of these off. It's a little bitter. Okay, so our pan's nice and hot. Extra virgin olive oil going in. You want a nice little smoke coming off the top of our pan here. We're gonna season up our scallops. A little bit of salt. Okay, some fresh cracked pepper. The French would use white pepper, of course. I like black. And then we're gonna drop them in. You don't wanna overcrowd the pan. So if you have a small saute pan, you might wanna do it in batches. And then what you wanna do is take the scallops, all right, and then just drop them right in. And then we're gonna get our baby vegetables together. Now the baby vegetables are gonna be fantastic. I've got some carrots. I've also got a pint of chanterelle mushrooms, which I'm a big fan of. And what we're gonna do is flip these guys over and let them cook for another probably 30 seconds on the other side, and then we're gonna take them out and use the same saute pan to saute our chanterelle mushrooms. Isn't that beautiful? Boom. And now let's talk about our Beurre Blanc for a second. So the sauce, all right, the heavy cream, has started to cook down a little bit. If you see that, we have a really beautiful kind of a beige syrup going on here. Now what we're gonna do is hit this with some cold butter. I've got 2 sticks of butter here, cut up in cubes. It's gotta be cold. What you wanna do is have the flame on a very, very slight trickle. The temperature of this sauce shouldn't really get any warmer or any cooler than, say, body temperature. And then a few cubes at a time. What we're gonna do is just throw the butter into the sauce and just let it start to melt down. The butter's gonna turn back into cream, and it's gonna be really luxurious and really lush. We've got these carrots that are just kind of blanched in a little bit of salt water. We've also got some chanterelles here, the sauteing, nice and slow. They're getting really crispy, and we're gonna kind of mix everything together. And I've also got some peas here, right? And we're just gonna take a nice little handful and just kind of throw them into our hot water here, just to kind of shock them, kind of take some of the ice off. All right, they're gonna throw them back in the pan and kind of let everything start to warm through. And it really takes, like literally, boom, that long. All right, throw them back out again. And then we're gonna take the peas and kind of toss it in with the carrots. Spread everything around. And then I'm gonna take my scallops we sauteed earlier. Check them out, they're absolutely beautiful. And I'm just gonna tuck everything back in and kind of let it start to warm back through again. Now in my Beurre Blanc, we're gonna take some fresh chives. All right, this is a classic flavor combination. So a handful of freshly snipped chives. Just want a little kind of fresh oniony flavor to kind of finish the whole thing. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. All right, take a look at this. Absolutely gorgeous, right? We put them in the oven, bake them up, a little sea salt right on top. All right, we'll go around the edge and take the lid out that we scored earlier. So we have like a nice little cup. Isn't that cool? Take a look at that. So that's gonna go right on the plate, right on the base. Then we're gonna take our beautiful medley of everything, our scallops, all right, 3 per plate, kind of in and out, and our beautiful baby carrots, and our peas, our chanterelles, all right, kind of load it up. And then we're gonna hit it with that sensational chive beurre blanc. All right, guys, take a look at this. What? Romantic meal at its finest. Isn't that gorgeous? If this can't get you a date, I don't know what will. Look at that. That is really good classic French bistro cooking. Absolutely gorgeous. Put the lid right back on.